Welcome back to another episode of Reality Court. My name is Ace Fanning, host of the Sister Wives podcast, Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided. And I am joined by my very good friend. I mean, that's what I'm going to say, my very good friend, Mary Payne of Pink Shade Podcast. Mary Payne, how are you today?
Ace, thanks for having me. I'm so excited to be here. I hope I don't need a law degree to fill in for Anna because
No.
I have an English degree.
That's okay.
Okay.
I tell people every episode that I am an attorney, and people are like, what kind of fucking attorney is he? Like, he's a terrible attorney. Like, how? I'm like, listen, I'm also a judge. I'm an attorney. I'm an EGOT. You know, I've got it all. I've got it all.
Court reporter.
Court report. Yep. I do my little typing super fast and stuff like that.
My cousin is a court reporter.
Like the typer kind?
Yeah, they put the headphones in and they do the transcription of everything. Yeah.
But she's in court when it happens?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I didn't know if like now they were like just having record it and then someone has to do it later.
No, they do it because a lot of times in court you'll hear them say the judge will ask the attorneys to slow down or something. The court reporter's trying to catch up. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, I could never do that job because I feel like I'm literally all over the place and I don't listen half the time. And so I would be like, and then I'd be like thinking about something else. And then I'd be like, oh, wait, can we go back really quick? They'd be like, dude, every time you're in court, we have to go back 1,000 times.
You're stepping on my good lines, court reporter. Yes. Yes. They'll do the, like, if the glove don't fit, you must acquit. The court reporter's like, I'm sorry. Can you just play that back? Because I got distracted by the glove. I'm sorry.
Sometimes my wife will be like, she'll be like, okay, here's the phone number. And if I'm not like in the notes app, I don't remember the first 3 numbers she said. I'm like, hey, hang on. I'm trying to do it. And so
a phone number is the worst. That's too many numbers.
It's too many numbers. I'm not a fan of that. So yeah, no, you don't have to be an attorney to be here.
Okay, great. Perfect.
I have my law degree. Obviously, I think I went to Yale Law Group and Brown to get my degree. And so
Yale Law Group.
Yes. I said that once on accident. I meant Yale Law School, but it came out Yale Law Group. And so that's where I graduated from.
Okay, good. Perfect. Perfect. It's like, is that like the New Hampshire University that they advertise on TV?
Oh, I've never seen that.
Oh yeah, it's NHU, and and they show that they have buses with NHU on the side, and then they show people sitting in their house really happy working on their NHU degrees, and I'm like,
is that like we have University of Phoenix,
right?
That's the same thing, and it's just an online school. I feel like
it's the same idea. Yeah, I think
okay,
it has nothing to do. I think it has nothing to do with Phoenix, Arizona.
Oh,
because we have it too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, how funny. Okay. Well, anyways, I've been under the impression that it was special to me, and that's okay. It is what it is.
Nope.
Now, Mary Payne, before we get into today's topics, I just quickly want to let everyone know that you are always late. Like, that's just like, like you're going to be late, and I've accepted that, and that's life. And
I don't understand time zones. Anything with numbers and time and right.
It's tricky. It's tricky
for me.
And so we had set this up and I purposely said everything in your time. And I was like, okay, let's do 11 a.m. your time. And then I got on here to just do a little something, and you were already in the room. And I was like, bah! I'm like, I'm here an hour early. What is she doing here? And you're like, no, we said 10. And I go in our text and I'm like, no. We said 11. So
yeah. You were like, are we on a 2-hour delay? Are we 3? I go, no, we're 3 hours time difference. You said 10, my time, because you always get up like at 7 because you're super early. Anyway, guys, listen, I told Ace, I go, enjoy it. I've never been early or much less an hour ever.
It's okay. I like it. I'm here for it. So I had to hurry and run and get set up. So I don't want to hear from people being like, Ace, are you in bed? Are you, why is the lighting so bad? This is what it is. Okay. Just deal with it.
You fixed your lighting. You're right in front of a window now. It looks really good.
Well, I decided instead I'm just going to be blinded by the sun because the other way was not It wasn't working for
No,
me.
that looks good. I've got a window right here too. Here's the thing though, where I am at the beach, this is a whole bank of windows that looks out to the ocean, which is fabulous,
Right.
but it's not great for podcasting because it just comes
Oh.
behind you. So,
Why don't you just turn and face it?
um, I could, but then there's windows on either side. So I get the same problem no matter what.
Oh,
Because
God.
this is the money shot here, up here in the bedroom. This is where the view is.
Okay, so I mean, you've got a beach house, you've got lighting problems. I mean, people just don't understand what it's like to be a podcaster and the things that we have to deal with every day.
It's really rough. It is so rough. Listen, it is slightly chilly at the beach, so I'll give you that.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Gonna have to wear
You're
a
not
light
going to wear your
sweat-
bikini?
No, I'm gonna be in a light sweatpant and a t-shirt.
Oh, God. Are you going to go walk on the beach?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. That's good.
Now,
yeah.
Okay, I was going to tell you, you don't remember this line, but we say it in our family all the time. This was from a long time, and maybe you do. It was from Dorit and Eileen on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Were going to the beach,
Yeah.
and they were filming, but it was super windy. It was like their hair was blowing, and Dorit and Eileen get out of their cars to like film on the beach, and Dorit goes, "Is it too windy for a beach walk?"
Yes, it is. And
in this house, nobody else knows what that means, but they all say it.
gotcha.
I go, we're going out to the beach, and somebody inevitably will get some sort of accent. Go, is it too windy for a beach walk? And I'm like,
Wow. I love that. I will say, like, you're giving right now Susan Sarandon in some type of like sad movie where she has a beach house. She puts on a big chunky knit sweater and she sits out on the porch with her coffee, and she has to hold it with two hands because she's very fragile right now. She needs her two hands, and maybe she's just been like divorced or something. And that's what there you go. Exactly. Hold it just like that. And I think that's perfect. I think that's lovely. Just lovely. Absolutely lovely.
hilarious.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I think of when I think of like your beach house, because here a beach is a hot place to be. There's no such thing as a cold beach.
Right. Well, yeah. But do you have beaches there?
Well, no, not in Arizona.
Okay,
Clearly, we don't have them in Arizona, but
okay. Well, I'm in North Carolina, so that's where I am, and it's gorgeous, and I'm very happy. This is my happy place. We're going to be here for a week. I'm so happy. Oh, Ace, you fixed your hair. You look so much better like that.
Does this look better than the hat?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know what to do, but
you guys, Ace and I met in person.
Yes.
It was so exciting.
And I am so glad that I actually liked you in person,
Right.
because sometimes you meet somebody online and you're like, God, we really hit it off. And then you meet in person and you're like, yuck.
I know. And I loved Caitlin too.
Caitlin's great. She's easy to get along with. She's the opposite of me. Like, she's easygoing. She's fun. She's nice. She's easy. Like, she's not high maintenance.
I'm fun.
I'm fun in doses, I'm not fun all the time. I'm usually freaking out about something or stressed about something or contemplating, what people are going to be doing at my funeral. I just have a lot of things on my mind all the time.
Okay. Well, that was one step too far, but all right.
But that's honestly, I think about that all the time. I'm always just like, God, what if nobody comes to my funeral?
I don't think that's going to happen.
I've never had a birthday party out of the fear that no one's going to come.
When's your birthday?
March.
March what?
March 21st.
Okay, writing it down.
You going to have a birthday party?
I'm not, but I'm going to make sure that I wish you happy birthday. Right now, March 21, A's birthday. And how old will you be on your birthday?
36. I'm like, when did I get to be so old?
36.
Oh, God.
36. Oh, I had my last child at 36.
Oh, I just feel like an old hag. All right, Miss Mary Payne, we've got some stuff we need to talk about.
I'm ready.
Is it too windy for a beach walk?
No, not today.
Okay, good. Now, there's a lot of stuff going on out in the Bravo world, and I feel like the most important thing that I want to talk about is one Miss Kandi Burruss getting divorced.
I know.
Wow.
And great timing. She waited till after BravoCon.
She
Good
did.
call.
Smart.
All these other dummies that shit happens right before BravoCon, but this was smart.
And she was like, in her Lifetime Achievement Award, she thanks Todd. Like,
Well,
that's why these rumors were going around like, oh, Todd got caught cheating or something like that. People were like, I don't think so, because she thanked him in her speech. And we were like, oh, obviously then they're not going to get divorced. And then here it comes.
She's a pro. She's a pro. She knows what she's doing. She knew to do that to throw people off the scent. And then she's hit him with you a week later. Boom.
Hit him with your best shot.
Exactly.
I don't know who sings that, but
Pat Benatar.
Okay.
Ace know who it is.
Pat Benatar also sings Heartache to Heartache, we stand. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
We are young. Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so Kandi's getting divorced, and I'm like, you know that Mama Joyce is so happy right now.
So happy. And it's going to be like, I told you 2 big-headed people should never get married.
Yeah.
I told you.
I told you that. I'm a little bit upset because not even because of the children they have together. I'm upset for Todd's daughter, his older daughter that he has not with Kandi. Now, do I know her name? No. But I remember we watched this episode where Riley and her are going to go to New York and they're contemplating going to school there. And Todd was such a piece of shit to his daughter. And Kandi was the one who was good to her. And I was like, well, now she doesn't have that. Now she just has her piece of shit dad, Todd.
Well, I'm sure she still does have it, and it's fine. But I remember that episode because Kandi's going to get Riley like a 1-bedroom, decent apartment, which would probably cost $2 million to buy, for real, in New York City. If you have like a separate bedroom, a whole thing, a regular apartment. And Todd was like, to his daughter, she can live in a youth hostel. She'll be fine. Yeah. That's what everybody does. She needs to learn.
Right.
How did you learn? You married a rich lady.
Right. Because you were working on Real Housewives of Atlanta when you met Kandi, and you were just like a little camera guy or whatever you were. And then you married rich, and now you live a totally different life. And you know what I'll say? If the rumors are true that he was cheating, it doesn't matter who you are. Men are going to cheat,
But they no, that's not true. But they had this, very flexible, not open marriage, but very much like threesomes and sexually fluid and all this stuff. So it's like that guy's living the dream,
Do you and your husband have that same agreement? You guys do a lot of threesomes and stuff like that?
Only at the beach. At the beach.
Thanks. Here you are.
We're just like, listen, we put that pineapple on our porch and whatever happens, happens. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Now the kids are coming today. That's really going to put a crimp in our style.
Fucking kids, man. That's annoying as fuck,
Can you imagine? No.
I would be such a bad swinger for multiple reasons. Number one, I don't last very long. So it's like I'm done very first. And then it's like, what do I do? Get a charcuterie board going for everybody?
TMI.
Sorry, my apologies. But then also I also am so terrified of being left out. So it's like,
I would think it's Heather McDonald has a joke that with the threesome, somebody's always sitting on the side of the bed crying.
That's me. That
would be me.
100%. And I'm just and it's not even about the fact that oh, my wife is enjoying herself with somebody else. It's just God, I just think about myself, and I'm just I didn't do good. My performance wasn't good. Everyone's probably going to talk crap about me afterwards and stuff like that.
It'll be 2 against 1.
Yeah. So that would be tough. But anyways, so I'm upset for Kandi, but I'm also happy for Kandi because I've never really liked Todd, I
didn't like or dislike him. I kind of thought Mama Joyce gave him a hard time, and I thought hey, let him be in love. They had those 2 kids. They seemed to really they worked well together. I believe they got a Tony or 2 together,
She's an EGOT, right?
Emmy. No.
Oh.
Grammy, yes. Oscar, no.
Oh.
Tony, yes.
Oh, I thought this whole
somebody correct me if she's got an Emmy for something, but she definitely doesn't have an Oscar. You know who does? Billie Eilish. She's got 2.
Oh. Billie Eilish has 2 what?
Oscars.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say she had 2 EGOTs. I was like, oh my God.
2 EGOTs? No.
Well, I don't know how you would say that. I'm Googling if she has an EGOT because I thought Kandi Burruss is not an EGOT.
She definitely hasn't won an Oscar. No, we'd remember that shit. If we had a Real Housewife winning an Oscar, You kidding me?
Do you think I've ever watched the Oscar awards?
I've never missed it, not a second of it for the last 30 years.
Do you watch The Bachelor?
No, but I am going to watch The Bachelorette with Taylor Frankie Paul.
Me too. But I feel like a lot of the same audience who watches The Bachelor, Bachelorette watches the Oscars. I feel like there's a lot of crossover there.
That's
accurate. It's accurate.
People that watch trash versus people that like to watch highbrow movies.
It's not that. I think that for all these women, Bachelor is their guilty pleasure. People who watch Bachelor are not the same as you and I. They are not watching trash television the same way we are. People who watch Bachelor, Bachelorette are like, they also probably watch Survivor.
Okay, you're describing my best friend Mary. She watches the Oscars, all the Bachelors, and Survivor.
Yeah. Did she also have a stint with Amazing Race?
Yes, she loves Amazing Race.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know these people.
Wow. Well, that's my best friend Mary, and she's wonderful. So,
well, no, they're great people. They're just not like
that's their crossover, is what you're saying.
They look down on us.
Oh no, she doesn't look down on me.
Oh, good. No, well, that's good.
No, okay. I'd punch her in the face.
Okay, good. So poor Kandi, but I'm hoping that Todd gets nothing in the divorce.
Won't happen. They've been married over 10 years. I don't know what the rule is in Georgia, but I imagine it'll be pretty good for old Todd there in Georgia.
That sucks.
They built a lot of that wealth together. I mean, she had it, but a lot of their successes, even her successes or whatever, they built together, or at the very least, he's participated. So he's going to get a lot.
This is very frustrating to me.
I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. I'm sorry telling you the truth.
I'm going to shut this curtain because now I'm turning into, oh God, that was a bad choice, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean,
if people are watching this on video, they're getting a real journey.
I've been so many different people throughout this one episode.
You've been so many shades of white.
Yes. And unfortunately, none of them have been a pink shade. Guys, please listen to Mary Payne at Pink Shade Podcast. All right. Next thing I want to talk about is Robert Jr. from Mary Cosby's son. He's found himself in some hot water again. I'm guessing things are not going well on his journey. So he was arrested for a multitude of things. But basically what happened is his estranged wife, whose name is Alexania, not Alexandra, Alex, Alexania. How would you say that?
Alex, Ania.
Yeah.
Alexania. Alexania, but that's a mouthful.
Right? It's very tricky to say. I kept trying to say it and I was like, Alexania.
Let's just call her Alex.
Okay, so Alexania.
Let's call her Zani. Okay,
so Zani. So Zani. Robert Cosby and Zani have been having a tumultuous relationship. Back in September, she puts a restraining order against him and is like, don't fucking come near me. Well, he came back and he showed up at her house and he was kicking her mother's car. Now, the family had just left to go to the grocery store, but the 12-year-old brother was still home. And he's like, whoa, Mary Cosby's son is out front and he's kicking mom's car. Police show up and they're like, you better fucking stop. And he's like, absolutely not. He doesn't listen to them. He keeps kicking the car. Then he tries to flee on foot. How many times do you think in the history of ever somebody fleeing on foot has ended up in them actually getting away?
Only if they have some sort of wilderness training does it work. I don't know how many times he's ever been out of that mansion. So he definitely doesn't have wilderness training. Here's
the thing that baffles me is this kid, when we see him on with Mary Cosby, he doesn't like, I think lifting an orange is a lot of muscle for him. Like just simply lifting something and set it down. He seems very meek on the show. And then we hear stories like this and I'm just like, is that the same guy? You know, he talks to his mom and I can hardly understand what he's saying. But it just seems like, where do you find the strength?
Drugs.
Do drugs give you strength? I thought drugs were like made you like relaxed.
No. Some drugs will give you like superpower strength. People on meth, and I don't know what his drug of choice is, but people on meth can fully like take apart a microwave and put it back together.
Oh.
Like they do things that people on meth do, and listen, I cover Love After Lockup, so I know.
Right.
But people on meth do things like that. They just disassemble things, or sometimes they put it back together, sometimes they don't. But I mean, if you even watch Breaking Bad, which you should, because it's set in Arizona.
It's not set in Arizona, you liar. Again, you're just lying to me all day today. It's set in
New Mexico. Same thing.
No, they're not. Don't ever compare Arizona to New Mexico, because I hate New Mexico is right after Nevada on my least favorite places in the world.
Well, Vegas, we've already talked about that.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so as you saw on that show, the meth heads would just randomly dig holes in the yard because, like, do you know what I mean? So what I'm saying is you can get a lot of strength. Now, the kicking of the car over and over seems not something a meth head would do.
Right.
That because there's no means to that end. He would be like disassembling the car.
That would make more sense for sure.
And he's just kicking the mom's car, just kicking. Kicking.
Looking for Zania.
Looking for Zani. And she had gone to the store. So sorry for that 12-year-old.
Right. Can you imagine you're 12 years old and you are home and like your girlfriend's estranged husband, because they are married, is outside kicking your mom's car. You have to call the police. And it's like, me as a 12-year-old, I cannot imagine that my first call is to the police. My first call is to TMZ, like immediately. Hurry, get here now. Get cameras on the floor. I'll come out. Let me get dressed really quick. That's my first thought.
We need Andy in a camera away. Yeah. That's scary for him, for the little 12-year-old, because he's probably seen some erratic behavior from Robert Jr. before. Listen, Mary said when Robert Jr. didn't come to the reopening of her church.
Yeah.
She just said, she was honest. She said, he got in the car. I could tell he was high. So I said, you're not coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, and she says he has good days and bad days. And I think just maybe he needs to go into a 90-day treatment program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
maybe after this he will go into.
You can bring someone from another country and marry them after 90 days. You can go to a 90-day program. Mm-hmm. I can gain and lose 30 pounds in 90 days. Easily. It's I throw it on, I take it off. Now, by taking it off, I do mean that I start injecting myself with my shots.
The shots.
But when I get off those shots, it's just like it comes right back. So his charges are 2 counts of violation of pre-trial protective order, criminal mischief with loss over $5,000.
Oh, so he fucked up that car.
Yeah. Which, well, I wonder what kind of car it was. Some cars are much more expensive to fix.
True. If he's like kicking in the doors of a Mercedes, it's different than
you're done.
Prius. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Like the Prius can take a hit. A Honda Civic, that can take a hit.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
A Nissan Altima, like you try to kill a Nissan Altima. It's not going to happen, Assault on a peace officer, failure to stop at command of law enforcement, and interfering with a peace officer.
So he ran, they tackled him. He tried to fight back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he fucked up a car. And he had a restraining order against him already, which means this is not the first time he's done something scary.
Yeah. So, okay, here's my thought process is, let's say the cops are there. They're going to arrest me. I decide to run. Mm-hmm. Now, I played football for 5 years growing up, and I hated every fucking minute of it. It was the worst experience of my life. I don't like that sport at all because I hated the tackling. So my thought is I'm going to run. But the second that I know I'm gonna get caught, it's like time out. Like I'll surrender, and they're like, nope, we're still gonna tackle you. And it's like, please don't tackle me. I'm very fragile. It's gonna hurt.
That's why I never wanted my son to play football, because I was like, I don't think you can take it with the tackling.
No, it's too much. It wasn't.
if your job on the football team, when they kick the ball, they punt it, and then there's the guy on the end, and he does like fair catch and goes to his knee. That's the best job.
See, I would like to be the kicker.
Yeah.
When I played football, I was always hoping that I would be the kicker. But you know what job I had? I was a wide receiver. And you know what play I did? I only played 4 plays every half because you had to minimum, you had to play that many. It was a rule. Okay. So I was a wide receiver, and the only play I did is I would run out and then I would cross with the other wide receiver on the other end, and I would jump up like I was getting the ball to get tackled, and then the other guy would get the ball and catch it and run.
I'm sorry that happened to you. That sounds terrible.
Childhood trauma. We all have our stories. We all have our stories. It is what it is. All right, moving on. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, we've got a couple of things coming out there. Number one, we've got our season 15 trailer. What are your thoughts? Are you feeling good about this?
I feel great, and I want to know what's up with the bitch that they talked about in the trailer. Like, something's wrong with her, something's off, and then we see that girl sitting in a bathtub of money.
Yeah, she to me is now. What's her name? Amanda, or did I make that up?
I think it's Amanda, but I'm like, what's the deal? Why don't they like her? I immediately I'm like intrigued.
I'm worried that she's going to be another Diana Jenkins, where she or not Diana Jenkins. Wait, is that her name? No.
Yes, Diana Jenkins. Okay.
Yeah. Not the one who had the $25,000 sunglasses, right?
No, that's Dana Wilkie.
Oh, Dana, yes. Okay, so Diana Jenkins, I'm afraid that she's going to come in and they're going to think that like she's going to bring a lot to the storyline, but it's like nobody really likes her, and so then it doesn't go anywhere. Because I'm like, how do we have a new housewife that none of us even know her name?
Right, we know Rachel Zoe.
Right. Oh, we know Rachel Zoe.
I met Rachel Zoe.
I don't ever want to meet Rachel Zoe because I will immediately feel awful about myself.
She just stood there like a statue and was like, "Great, nice to meet you. Okay, bye."
I know, but just like she's so tiny.
I'm gonna say there were people at BravoCon that were equally as tiny. She doesn't have the corner on tiny anymore now that Ozempic's
out on the field.
Yeah.
Can you did you watch the Rachel Zoe Project?
Of course, it was bananas.
I loved that show. I always did question her husband and his hair.
Rodger.
Now, Rodger was always an odd choice to me, that she's very into fashion, she's into how things look, and that he was sporting that hairdo.
Yeah, I always questioned everything about Rodger, but they were together for so long, had the kids, and I was like, all right, well, who am I to judge? But guess what? I was right, just like we were right about Todd.
Right. Now, do we know what Rodger has done?
Rodger has been seen out and about with a young lady, like pretty soon after they announced their separation last year or whatever. He was out and about with a young lady, like walking up and down Rodeo Drive like a real D-bag.
A young lady?
A young lady, a younger lady.
Okay. Because I always when I watched the show, I was wondering.
It was a woman, and she was like, young and modelly and LA looking.
See, I always thought maybe him and Brad Goreski had something going on behind the scenes.
How dare.
So I feel like Beverly Hills, this happens every year. They get me with the trailer and I'm all in. And I'm like, this will be the greatest thing to ever happen to me. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And then it goes, and I watch every single episode and I don't miss it. And every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, whatever night it's on, I'm like, oh, I can't wait. Beverly Hills is on tonight.
Okay.
And then I'm always just like, well, next week looks really good.
See, I love Beverly Hills. I
love it. That's the thing. Like, I do love it, but I'm like, but if you really try to break it down, you're like, what did happen?
Right. And Chris DeRosa pointed out something on my show a while ago. I had him come on I needed like a sub for a 90-day show.
Okay.
And I was like, that'll be funny, because he's funny. And Chris comes on. If you guys don't know, Chris is a reality TV producer, and he's done a lot of Housewives, Jersey and whatnot. And he came on and watched an episode, and he was like, he pointed out to me that the difference between like 90-day and probably Sister Wives as well would be the same idea, is that they stretch out one 5-minute car ride to the grocery store over 3 episodes.
Yes.
And on Housewives is boom, boom, boom. They've gone to 3 parties. They've done 6 things. They've gone to 4 dinners in one episode. So when I watch something like Beverly Hills, I'm like, oh, I know that place. I know that place because I've been to LA enough now that I
Yeah.
know. I'm like, oh, that's fun. That's a cool place. Oh, that's really far. That's an hour and a half away. I love the wealth of Beverly Hills, even if it's fake, like Dorit.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I always love Beverly Hills. I love that one, it's very accessible to me because obviously I'm super rich. But
Yep.
two, it's only a 6-hour drive. So I've been to LA many a times. I've helped myself to many homes in LA. If a house is under construction and I want to see it, I'll just walk in and I'll say, hi, I'm here to pick up the tile samples. And they're like, I don't know, maybe check upstairs. So I just help myself around the house.
I love walking into a house under construction. I do it.
Right. I want to see how big these houses actually are.
Mm-hmm.
I went into Camila Cabello's house right after she had moved out. And I was like, oh, I'm here to take some measurements for my boss. And they're like,
this
okay.
is not true.
Oh, honest to God.
That is, I thought you were going to make a joke about everybody went to BravoCon, so you went and stole all their shit while they were gone. Because that happened too.
No, now I only do it like if it's like, oh, what harm am I going to cause by going in here? Like
I loved walking in an empty house and just like, here's what I would do.
Yeah.
I got this over here and this over here. Yeah.
I don't ever want to meet celebrities. I don't want to take a picture with them. I don't want to chat with them. I just like to look at them, like almost like I'm at a zoo. You don't want to get in the lion enclosure,
Mm-hmm.
but you want to see it. You want to take your picture. You want to be like, oh, it's not as, not as nice as I thought it was, and
you're like celebrities. They're just like us.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I don't want to meet them. I don't want to have conversations with them. So I'm a lurker,
So you went to Bravo. So you went to BravoCon and hung around a bunch of Bravo labs.
But I didn't talk to anybody.
You didn't talk to anybody?
No.
You talked to Margaret at the party.
I talked to Margaret. I talked to Jen Fessler. But that's because we met them like here and it's whatever. But like I never want to go up to somebody and be like, hi, I really love your work that you do. Just.
Yeah, I'm just like, I met Sheree and I was like, oh my gosh, Sheree, you look amazing. We've got to get you back on the show. You're my favorite. All you do is just compliment and keep walking.
See, okay, this is what I heard. Casey and Danielle on Bitch Sesh were saying that BravoCon is extremely transactional. It's like, the Bravo Labs already posing for their picture with you before you even like pull out your phone. And they're like, okay, and then it's like, okay, I got my picture, go. Almost like back in the day, Disneyland, like you would collect the autographs,
I know. Yes, I still have one of those autographs. My kids would get like, it's such a racket because they give you like a $25 autograph book and you get like Mickey and Minnie and Cinderella and all these autographs and it fills up 3 of the 400 pages.
Yeah.
It's such a racket, guys. Don't do it. If you want your kids to do that, go to the dollar store.
Well, I think now now it's just pictures. You just take a picture with them.
You scan a QR code. And,
and there's your signature. It downloads onto your phone. I'm not that interested in actually getting, like, I don't want a picture with these people, number one, because I'm always going to look bad. I'm always going to look bad next to them. And they could use it as like when you see those pictures of like Dan Schneider and he's with like all these beautiful people. And then there's Dan Schneider from Nickelodeon.
I was about to say that.
Yeah. I worry that that's what I look like in pictures next to people.
Ace, you need a third podcast called What's Wrong with Ace? People can just come on and try to diagnose.
Somebody, oh my God, this is so funny. On Reality Court, somebody said Ace clearly has mental issues. I was like, bitch, I know. I've been saying that. I'm like, here's what's diagnosed so far. All right. We've got the depression, anxiety, ADHD. Those are all diagnosed. Like we've got that one. Mm-hmm. The one that I've been leveraging a little bit, people go back and forth with. My one psychiatrist was like, I don't think so. But a lot of people are like, I'm telling you, you're on the spectrum. You're on there somewhere. I don't know where, but there's a lot of things I guess I do that fall there. So that could be another one. Another one I've seen recently and is OCD. Now, I'm not one of those people who's like, oh, I love things orderly or stuff like that. No, I saw somebody say the other day, your type of OCD is like, oh, I like things organized or whatever. My type of OCD is I'm worried that I'm in the Epstein files. And I was like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's a little bit worried they might be in the Epstein files, you know?
Okay, first of all, everything you just said described my daughter because she has depression, anxiety, ADHD, and self-diagnoses herself as being on the spectrum and OCD constantly, even though she is the biggest slob on the planet.
Yeah.
So I'm not really sure. I know that OCD doesn't mean neat. I know that it can also mean intrusive thoughts. I know someone who has it. And an intrusive thought, like I might be in the Epstein files, could fall in that category.
Right.
But you would know, I think, if you had met Jeffrey Epstein or any of his ladies.
I know, but they just keep saying, like, you're not going to believe whose name is in here. And I'm like,
I don't care.
My name is in here. Like,
here's what I want.
Yeah.
Burn it all down. I don't care. I don't care if it's the current president. I don't care if it's a past president. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's.
What if it's me, though?
It's not going to be you because you never met Jeffrey Epstein and never banged a 15-year-old. Okay? No. It's not going to be you.
I didn't bang a 15-year-old when I was 15.
Right. There you go.
You know, that wasn't happening for me.
You were so much in Housewives.
Oh no, at 15, I think I was watching like Zoe 101. Like I was very immature. I was not where I needed to be in life. But and then like sometimes I don't know, like this has helped a lot since I've been medicated, but I used to have thoughts of like imagining myself just like taking the car and like whoop going into oncoming traffic and stuff. And I'm like,
those are intrusive thoughts.
Yeah, and I thought everyone did. I thought everyone felt that, and they're like, that's not normal. I'm like, oh, okay.
Listen again, third podcast.
Yes. Okay.
What's
I'm down.
Wrong with Ace? Yeah.
Now, also out of Beverly Hills, we have Sutton Stracke and Kathy Hilton's houses have been burglarized. Now, I have an alibi. I was at BravoCon, so it wasn't me.
Same.
But I'm like, when celebrities get burglarized, like when Kyle Richards, now I believe Kyle Richards was burglarized because I don't think Kyle Richards would ever do anything bad ever.
But they hadn't even moved in yet.
Oh, okay.
And it was Teddy's husband's company,
right,
supplying the alarm, but it wasn't set up yet. It was just like they had moved all in. The people had not moved in, and they were like moving in the next day, or something like that. So I believe the Kyle Richards one. I do. I
don't believe the Dorit.
I'm the same.
Never have. Never will.
Never have. Never will.
Yeah. It doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Something smells fishy to me.
I agree.
And I don't think it's Jagger's Lunchable. So how is it though that like Kathy Hill and like Rick Hilton is home and he sees the burglars in the house? Just like Tom Girardi, Tom saw the burglar and he rolled down the hill and he crashed his car and it was snowing in Pasadena. All that. Yeah, I mean, I think Rick Hilton is an elderly gentleman. Yeah. I mean, he's probably late 70s, I would assume. Yeah. If not 80. And I mean, listen, if my dad at 80 found a burglar, what's he going to do? Hey, get out of my house. I mean, you know? Now, have you ever thought about what you would do if someone was coming into your house to like kill you or something? Of course, I think about it probably every single night. And what is your plan? Well, we have an alarm system on our house, and I over and over and over before I go to bed, if it's not just my husband and I there, if the kids are there, over and over, it's like, don't forget to make sure the doors are locked. Don't forget the alarm is on. I make sure. And then like if I wake up at 3 a.m. and the alarm is not on, I'll get up and walk around the house and find the motherfucker that forgot to turn it on. So that makes me feel very safe. Do I think about what I would do? I would play dead. I would lay there and pretend to be asleep. If something was happening, I wouldn't like roll over and try to protect anybody. Oh, see, but you have little baby children and I have adults in my house that should actually be protecting me. I'm the smallest one. Gotcha. Okay. So one thing I do is when I assume someone is downstairs getting ready to kill us, because I'll hear a noise, you know, I go to the top of the stairs and I'm like, you better get the fuck out of here before I fuck you up. Yeah. And I'm like, I do this deep voice, you know, I'm not like, excuse me, who's down there? In my regular voice. I'm so scared. But then I thought
Ace,
about
that was so scary.
see it good right. You've already
It
run out
got
of the
me.
house.
It
You ran out of
got
the
me.
house.
Oh
right.
my God. I would yes.
Yeah.
And you have then you have like on your phone like an app with like a whoop, whoop, like a German
Oh.
Shepherd barking. Yeah.
No, because I just do it myself.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Okay. Please don't do it.
So I do that, but then I think about, like, let's say we're coming face to face now. There's actually someone in the house. They're not just downstairs. This is what I'm gonna do. Okay. Imagine this. You are downstairs, you're lurking around, you're looking, you turn around and you see me. I've been waiting for you. I lick my lips, I look into their eyes, and I start moving closer.
Oh, and then you're gonna get punched in the face.
Probably, you know. But I just thought, like, I've always thought about writing a movie or a story or a book or whatever. I'll take any of them. I'm an EGOT as well, but doing something where a murderer breaks into, like, a serial killer breaks into the house of a serial killer, and then there's a serial killer off in the house, you know. The one is like, oh well, I bondage people up and then kill them, and the other one's like, oh, I slowly torture them, and it's like one's getting the duct tape out trying, and the other one's like tickling him and whatever. And it just goes back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think you need to work on that a little bit. I think you need to workshop it, as they say, and then come back to it. Yeah.
Okay. So anyways, now do we know what was stolen out of their homes?
Luxury items is all I heard.
Okay.
Luxury items. And one of their homes, because it was Sutton and Kathy, right?
Right.
One of their homes, they said luxury items, $2,000. I was like, what? Is that just like a cutlery set in their kitchen? That's nothing for these people. I could have misheard that. But I will tell you something, back to me, that I met someone at BravoCon who said that they thought literally I looked just like Kathy Hilton. And
how did you take that?
I took that as the dogs are barking. I'm sorry. I took that as she's a lady's in her 60s, and that's okay.
Okay.
I had to mute the microphone because the dogs are barking. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, I'm not going to edit this out or anything.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna mute. You say something funny.
So, if somebody came up to me and said I looked like Kathy Hilton, I'm gonna have follow-up questions. I'm gonna say, like, is it Kathy Hilton of the, like, the woman that we're seeing on Beverly Hills, or is it Kathy Hilton, like, on social media? Is it Kathy Hilton from back in the day when Paris had that show and she was on it? Like, which Kathy Hilton do I look like? Because they're all very different from one another, and I need to know.
They said it was current day Kathy Hilton. And by the way, this is the second person that told me this. Kim Bali from 90 Day Fiance also told me I looked like Kathy Hilton. And they mean the Kathy Hilton now. And that's fine because she's had a lot of really good work done.
Right.
But she is a solid 10 years older than me. So but it's okay. I'll take it because they think maybe. And then the same guy, it was Mandy. He told Mandy Slutsker that I seems like a very fancy lady, and I liked that too.
Oh, I always think of you as a fancy lady. Every time I think of you, I think of fancy. Not Heather Dubrow fancy, but I think it's because, like, raised in the South, like pinkies up type of situation. Like, what is it called when the girls have to learn how to act?
You mean cotillion?
Yes. Did you do cotillion? Because in my head you did. Yes. So it's like you're fancy in that way. I imagine that, like, I don't know anything about your mom, but I get the idea, like, it would be compliments that are like, like, oh, you look less fat this week or something like that,
Nailed it.
Yeah. So that's the fancy that I think of when I think of you.
That's it's like, you look good. Could you put a little something on your lips?
A little rouge.
Or it's like, oh, did you brush your hair? Because the outfit's good, but you didn't. Yeah.
Right.
She would say, Mary Payne, I never said that, and you turned out fine. Look at you.
Look at you go, baby.
You're fine.
I never said that to you, honey sugar.
No, she doesn't talk like that.
Bless her heart.
That's yeah.
Rotten hell, Jax.
Yeah, you're doing redneck. I'm doing Southern. Yeah, different.
I don't know if I very easily go to redneck. It's just like I feel comfortable there.
Rotten hell is, but you need to do more Sutton, like name them. That's my people.
Okay, like I'm trying to think of kind of a Southern drawl kind of situation. Like just comes out of your mouth like molasses. That's what they say in the office. Yeah, okay, I like that. Anyways, okay, let's move on. Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. All I want to talk about is Brittani Bateman and Jared Osman and this awful conversation that we are all subjected to, in which he tells her he needs somebody stable.
When he was like, when you cannot be crazy for 4 minutes, come back to me. I was like, you recorded yourself saying, I love you, baby, to a unicorn. So who's crazy?
And you're wearing the tightest blouse I've ever seen and skinny jeans. And you've got your aviator sunglasses. Like Jared Osman was maybe hot in 2012 and he stayed there. He stayed in 2012. He has not come to 2025.
Good call.
He is disgusting. I learned his actual relationship to Donnie and Marie is that he is Donnie's nephew.
Correct.
So does that mean there's other siblings than Donnie and Marie?
I believe there's like 11 total.
Oh God, I didn't know that. I thought, can you imagine just two of you got famous?
Well, they had the listen, and this is not going to be completely correct, but I did watch every episode of this. They had the Osman brothers, sort of like a Jackson 5 situation, but white in Utah.
Oh,
they had like an Osman brother. They all sang and danced.
Okay.
And then Donnie and Marie were a spinoff from that. And that
would be like if Michael and Janet went out and did their own thing.
Yes, if they did a spinoff. Yes.
Okay. Now I will say this. I learned from you that the Partridge family is not an actual family.
Nobody is blood related in the Partridge family. That's correct.
It was just made for television.
Yep.
Right.
Just like the Brady Bunch. Same idea.
Now I knew the Brady Bunch. And the reason I knew that is because I found out that the dad of the Brady Bunch was actually a gay man. And I was like, do they know their dad is gay?
He wasn't out at the time. He was a closeted gay man. Yes.
Okay. But I just thought to myself, I'm like, do they know their dad is gay? No. But I was assuming that was their dad.
Right. No, it's not their dad. It's an actor. And on the show, he was an architect.
I think that I've always just loved reality TV. Like it's been ingrained in me that it's like, obviously the Brady Bunch is real. Obviously Partridge Family is real. Obviously Different Strokes is real, Right.
Well, you grew up differently because I didn't have reality TV until I myself was like around 22, I guess, when The Real World New York came out, the first one.
Yeah.
And I was at the same age of those people.
So do you think that when you watch a lot of reality TV, you see it as more scripted because of your upbringing of growing up only on scripted television?
No, but I think as somebody like you as well, somebody who I've watched so much of it, you can tell when something is like actually happening, or you're like, okay, duh, they planned this before. It's always so obvious, especially on the Housewives, since that's what we're talking about, especially on the Housewives. They've got to come up with a better way to talk about going on these trips because they'll be like, I was just thinking this friend group is really struggling. And what I was thinking, we should go on a trip. We're all going to, Caraco. You're like, where's that? Yeah. We're all going to Arizona.
But also they get like 2 days notice of someone being like, oh, what do you guys think about going to Vietnam? And it's like,
perfect.
I'm gonna need more. Oh my God, I've been dying to go to Vietnam. I can't wait.
Somebody will definitely go to Vietnam
at some point. Yes.
And that's great. But I definitely think they say the cast trip is going to be this and it's going to fall here because they have to plan for their schedules. I mean, these are people with businesses and children and lives, But
it's always just like, oh my God, yeah, we could totally, no one even checks their calendar. Never once have I seen someone been like, oh shoot. Next week is crazy. Next week is crazy. Like I try to meet with my friends for like dinner and it's like, oh shoot, hang on. Well,
just trying to just trying to record with you. I sent you. I was like, my Monday is jam packed, and I told you what I was doing. You go, well, can we record still? I was like, I'll squeeze it in, and then I squeezed it in an hour early.
Oh my God. All right, moving on. Oh, well, back to Jared Osman. So he sits there and he tells Brittani, like, basically, you're unstable, and now I had some info given to me about a situation that just recently, right before BravoCon, that happened with Brittani and Jared. Okay. And somebody was out to dinner, and Jared was there with a couple of his boys, guys' night.
Boys doing boy things. Yeah.
Yeah. Saturdays are for the boys. And, they're doing their guy thing. Brittani shows up. Now, Brittani shows up uninvited. And she does not sit at the table with them. She sits at another table, and Jared does not sit at the table with her either. He just goes back and forth from where the guys are to her. Talks to her. Is she alone? Yes. What? She came to talk to him during guys' night, and he goes there, he goes back. It's a whole thing, and then eventually the night ended with her getting mad and storming out. But how dare he say he's looking for someone stable? Listen. Yeah. Please, listen. Amy Archer and I came up with a spinoff for 90 Day Fiance called PBU. Please break up. Yes. And Jared and Brittani need to go to PBU, which we decided would just be filmed in my basement. Okay. Yeah, we would just bring the couples, and Amy and I would sit down and explain to them why they just needed to break up. See, the problem is that's resolution. And I don't like to watch my television for resolution. I honestly say, let's take these people, let's take Brittani and Jared, let's put them in a house together full of like romance and stuff. But then we bring up his phone and we bring up like text messages that he's been sending while he's been there. Or we bring in someone to tempt each of them, or just like a Temptation Island. Yes, the more toxic, the better, I think. I think we take couples who are on the fringes of holding it together, and we put them in horrible situations and watch them fall apart. I just had a great idea. Okay, let's hear it. Brittani Bateman, Love Hotel Season 2. Oh my God. Did you watch Love Hotel though? Of course. Oh, I did. I didn't watch it because I'm like, in no world are any of these women actually going to date these men. Like, they're not looking for regular men. Luann does still see her guy, which was the worst guy to pick. Of course, he was not that attractive and completely, but he just worshipped her and thought she was so funny. So she picked him, and she said that he lives in Hawaii, darling. So she still sees him, which means she just bangs him. But yeah, I mean, even this week on Potomac, if you watched it, Wale from Love Hotel showed up to a party Giselle was having for her podcast, and like he was fully like into Ashley and like didn't even speak to her. And she was like, okay, obviously he just wants to be on TV. Exactly. And that's where it's just like, Bravo needs to just like, Bravo, the housewife, wife swap, that's a fail. It was, in my eyes, an absolute fail. People loved it because those people never watched Wife Swap. And it's like, I'm sorry, my religion is not your costume. Okay. My religion is not your entertainment, because I grew up on Wife Swap. I grew up on Trading Spouses, and the way that they have just completely ruined my Bible is disgusting. I never watched Wife Swap. Oh my God. And I only watched half of one episode of this Wife Swap, and it was the one with your favorite housewife of all time, Emily. Oh yeah. God. I know that you love her. So fun. Love her. God, she's the worst. I felt like to myself, I'm like, Wife Swap was so good because it was made for conflict. And this is a bunch of housewives who are worried about their own, like, if they're going to get in trouble or not, and they want to be perceived well, so they're going to be on their best behavior. I don't want people who are aware of the cameras. I want people who come and they're ready to scream at each other because they hate. Like, what do you mean that I have to wake up at 8 a.m. and make you coffee? And it's like, bitch, that's what my wife does. You better do the same fucking thing. Understand? And it's just like,
did anybody ever in the history of wife swap, did any of the men and women
no, I wish.
kiss or anything?
No, there was none of that, but there was times where you could see that like the spouse was like, God, I wish I was married to this person instead.
Yeah, God, this wife is better. Yeah.
Right. But no, there was never, unfortunately, there was no fornicating or anything like that. And as with most shows, it eventually got more fake. It was like we went from filming actual like 5 days together to doing it all down in like 2.5 days.
Yeah.
You know? And, it's just,
and that's what this was.
Right.
The Housewives was like 2 days or something. Yeah.
So stupid. Pissed me off.
People loved it. But again, maybe they never watched the original.
They don't know the story of my Adam and Eve, you know?
Okay. All right.
This is
sorry to bring it up.
Wife swap raised me. Okay.
Okay.
Wife swap, trading spouses, Biggest Loser, you know. These are all why I have the mental issues that I do. And
Biggest Loser was must-see TV in our house. The whole family sat down and watched it together.
While you ate ice cream?
Probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. We recently, my wife and I went back and we recapped the very first episode of Biggest Loser. Just one episode.
Okay.
Let me tell you something.
Yeah.
If I was at my biggest, now I assumed back in my memory, I was like, oh, well, everyone there's at least 600 to 900 pounds, you know? I watched this. I would have been the third biggest guy in the house at my biggest weight, at my heaviest.
I thought I was remembering the guys were like in the 300 or 400s and the women were in the 200s.
No. Oh, like some of the women were like, I'm 180 pounds. I'm like, why are you here? Like season one season one. It was like, this is the most fucked up thing ever. Like, what do you mean? Like the one girl's like, oh, I hate being 140 pounds. It's like 140 pounds. What do you mean? Like
you're like goal weight. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in what world? At my biggest, I was 285 pounds and I would have been the third biggest guy there.
I don't believe that. I'm going to need to see a picture.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Okay. Well, I've never seen one.
I'll send you one. You'll be like, holy moly.
Wow.
Yeah. So other news coming out of Housewives. Jenna Lyons has announced that she will not be back for season, is it 17 now?
I don't know.
Oh, no idea. I don't really seem to care. I liked Jenna Lyons, but I more liked the idea of Jenna Lyons than I actually liked Jenna Lyons on the show. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
So she's not going to be back. She was like, I was planning on coming back, but we said that we wouldn't really be able to talk about my personal life at all. And so we just kind of decided like, maybe we just don't do it. I'm like, yeah, thanks. You already went into it being like, I'm going to be on the show, but her
partner refuses to film, and that's fine. And I can imagine if that happened to me, I'd be like, I'm not doing that. Right. So her partner has all the rights to say she's not going to film, but then you can't be on the show. I'm sorry.
But here's the thing. I always think about this when housewives are not willing to share something. We never once saw Sonia Morgan's daughter on Real Housewives of New York, and it never affected anything.
But daughter is different, I think. Daughter is different than partner, because all we need from Jenna Lyons and Cass, her partner, is Jenna Lyons to come through the kitchen getting some coffee. Okay. She walks through, she gets some coffee, and she's like, you wouldn't believe
Jenna Lyons does not hold her coffee with two hands. Don't fucking do that.
She says, listen.
No, she doesn't even hold it like that. She like holds it in like a pinky. Like she does something weird with it.
Well, she says,
yeah.
You wouldn't believe the shit that happened last night. God, these women are da-da-da-da. And then she tells Cass, and Cass goes, I don't know. She does a Todd. I don't know why you talk to those stupid women. Yeah. And then that's it. That's all you need. You just need her to pass through the kitchen, say what happened. We don't need Cass to go to the meals. We don't need her to be involved. Yeah. She just needs to be in the kitchen and she can bounce it off her. And then that's it. It's like Sai's husband. We don't see very much.
Yeah.
But like, unlike Jessel's husband, who like wants to be on TV and like quit his job to become a chicken finger influencer,
I hate that man so much.
I don't hate him, but I hate
him.
I hate when the house husbands lean into it.
You know what I struggle with is I struggle with people when they're like, I don't hate anybody. Like hate's a strong word. I'm like, hate is not a strong word. I use hate all the time. I hate everybody. There's nobody that I'm ever like, I'll hate something about you. you know?
Yeah. When you were just saying that, like, God, people say hate's a stronger. I was like, you hate everybody, but you were talking about other people, not yourself. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
no. I'm like, hate is not a strong word. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
this, I don't know. That's not for me. Are you watching Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? Did you
Done.
watch it?
Finished it.
Done.
Yeah.
Okay. I need to talk to you about something because
Okay.
this season I was ready to lay down my life for Michaela and Jace. And then people told me that he got her pregnant at 16 when he was 21.
I believe that she has said that on the show, or she said that on a podcast or so, but I believe that she was underage by American standards. Yes.
Yes. But then I guess she came out and said, because I was like, what? No, I can't be supportive of that. But then she said, well, I told him I was 18. Okay.
She's got a lot of childhood sexual trauma.
Yeah.
That's very upsetting. And I'm glad that at least we saw of them going a little bit into it, because I think that's not, I'm not saying it's common in their culture, but I do think it happens. And I do think then you go to the church and they just say, we're going to pray for this person, and they'll get a slap on the hand, but like, you don't call the police about it or anything. They handle it within the church. And so what you see happen is a grown woman who's got all these issues because the church handled it and she didn't get the proper therapy or anything as a child for it. So I think her story is very interesting too.
I just read an article on TikTok the other day. That's what I say when I watch a video on TikTok. So I just want to sound more educated.
Oh, okay.
So I read this article on TikTok, and this guy was a bishop at a Mormon church. And he said a dad came in and said, I have been molesting my child for the past 6 years. Like, I have been the one molesting my child. And he's like, there was no like protocol for what to do in this situation. So he said, he like gets out his like resources, and it's like, if you have a child abuse situation, call this number. And he's like, okay, well, I'm going to call, it'll be like CPS or something like that. No, it went to the church's law firm. And they said, oh, where is this? Like, where's your church at? Ask like questions about like more so location, stuff like that. And they're like, okay, so in your church or in your state, you are not a mandated reporter, and this doesn't need to be reported. So just let it go. That's what they told him.
That's probably what happened to Michaela's situation.
And so the bishop was like, well, I'm not going to take that. So he's like, I'm going to call CPS, or you can call CPS. And the guy was like, can I call my wife first? And he's like, yes, you can, but you're not going anywhere. You're not leaving. And then he ended up having to call CPS on himself. I'm like, I'm glad somebody was not just like, you know, oh, well, let's see what I'm like, that's so fucked up. I really love Michaela. I didn't. What's weird about Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is you're not going to feel the same about a person from season to season, because that first season, I was willing to lay down my life for Demi. And now I hate that woman more than anything.
I think that you were struck by her beauty.
No, she was funny. She was so funny. Like, she was mean to Whitney, which I loved. I was all here for that. And then Whitney goes to Dancing with the Stars. I love her. I'm like, oh my God, like, why did we ever say anything bad about her? Then I go and I put the show on. I'm like, fuck, I hate her so much.
I love watching Whitney on TikTok. I love watching her dancing. I think she's funny.
I don't like dancing on TikTok. I like you know what I love? This is what I love. Okay. Hey guys, get ready with me while I tell you about the time that my dad killed my mom and almost tried killing me. Okay, so this is actually the MAC Contour palette, and I really love it. So my dad he stabbed my mom when I was home, and I'm like, these women come on, and they say the wildest things. They're like, hey guys, get ready with me while I tell you the story about the time that I found out my husband was actually my dad. It's like, what? What? Like, where did this come from?
And here's the problem, Ace. I only allow myself like once or twice a week to look at TikTok. I really go down to, because if I find a story, then I'm like, oh shit. And I got to go to their page. And I got to go down to Just Watched, and I got to go 6 below. And then I got to go 12 above. I'm going to be here all day.
It's true
I'm gonna
journalism.
Be here all day. I've got to find out. I love, just recently there was a girl, and she was like, talking to her husband. She was like, in any way, something. She asked him a question. He answered. She goes, well, that's not true because I saw on your Tinder profile that you were out with da da da. He's like, what are you talking about? And she goes, on your Tinder profile right here. And it's
so
showing
that's an ad. Those are ads. Those fake Tinder profile things, they're not real. And it pissed me off because I was falling for them for a long time.
No, this is like a woman who's catching her husband cheating.
I know, but she's not. It's all staged.
What?
Yes.
But it'll be like part 12 of when I kicked my husband out because I found him on Tinder.
I don't know. Most of the ones that I see, it's like there's some website that you can go to and it's like findcheaters.com and it's like it, but they never say in the thing, like I found this on findcheaters.com. It's just like, it's clickbait and you're like watching it and you're like, holy shit. But then a lot of these ones that I watch, it's like, I go and then there's like other videos where I don't know. It's very strange to me.
Okay.
So
well, if I find this one, I'll let you know, but I enjoy those, but then I get nervous because the guy usually gets so aggro and mad. I'm like, now something terrible is going to happen.
Right.
Because they're always like, are you recording this?
Yes.
You know, my mom's going to say this, you know, that kind of thing. And
I love that.
And then I get nervous. Yeah.
I always love when like a wife goes to a Chili's and she catches her husband on a date with another woman and the woman's like, hey, and she just has to awkwardly sit there while she's like, are you fucking kidding me? Seriously? 22 years together and you're gonna sit here with this fucking tramp at Chili's? You know Chili's is our place. Let me guess, you got the triple dipper? Oh God, I can't believe you got the triple dipper. That's our thing. We get the triple dipper. All right. I get the quesadillas. He gets the papas, the jalapeno papas, you know, and it's like, oh my God.
Wow,
and it's
you
just
really set the tone there.
Yeah. So I always love that. But I do love when people are just like, get ready with me while I tell you about the time that I found out my dad was actually in the mafia and was murdered. And I was actually raised by Elton John.
I like that. I like those too. I like, it's like, get ready, story time.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, story time.
Yes.
I love it's 4 in the morning and I haven't, and I watched
and we're on part 36.
Yeah. When I had my situation where I almost died, I was in the hospital and that had a lot of time to get up to date on all the TikTok stories.
Yes. Yes.
I knew everything. There was a 4th of July party where somebody was mean to somebody else. And that went on for a long time.
She brought the food and they were like,
brought the food and they were like, who are you? You weren't invited.
Yeah.
And then that person was a nurse and got fired because they were such an asshole. I was all up on that story. I was all up on the girls that had like the fake they got the fake bags for Christmas. And they're like, look at all these things I got. It would have been like $5 million worth of handbags, but it was like all from Temu.
Okay, so we are on different parts of TikTok. That never showed up for me. I never saw that one.
That was fascinating.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I love story times when it's just like the most crazy story you could never believe. And
I know if you find a good one, somebody send it to me because I've got time this week because I'm all caught up on my podcasting.
And you're on your beach vacation. It's
not
chilly.
A beach vacation. I'm still working, but
you've got your light sweater.
I've got my light sweater. I've pre-recorded everything. I'm going out on the golf cart later to look for alligators. So
oh God, no thanks.
It's my favorite thing to do, Ace.
What if one got you?
They can't get you. I mean, they can, but I mean, they'd have to be real fucking fast. And
they are fast.
Well, they are. I know they can go 24 miles per hour is how fast they can go.
And a golf cart can what? Go 9?
My one golf cart can go 29. My other one can only go 19. But they no, but they're you don't go and like look at them and they're right here on the road. They're in lagoons and stuff. So it would take some effort for them to get out and come. And by then I'm down the road.
Have you thought about if you get eaten by an alligator, what you would want to happen at your funeral?
I've thought about my funeral, but I haven't thought about the alligator part because that's not going to happen because I love alligators and they love me.
You know, I don't want to make a mean joke right now, but Steve Irwin really thought that him and stingrays were pals.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I'm not getting into the water with alligators. I'm looking at them from afar, from a lookout point, from my golf cart, whatever.
Okay. Yeah. Well, listen. Last story I want to talk about before we go, and you can go enjoy your light sweater out on the beach and your alligators.
Okay.
Jen Shah is set to be released December 10th, 2.5 years of her 6.5-year sentence.
That is wild. Listen, she killed it in prison. She killed it. Every time they had a review, they're like, she's it started a book club. She's Boys and Girls Club USA has started right here. Like, she has done so much in prison that they're like, let her out.
Here's my fear. You know,
I have a lot of fears around this.
So Sean Johnson and Gia Giudice, they recently won Special Forces. Okay. Sean Johnson.
Spoiler alert.
Everybody already knows by now.
No,
hopefully.
I didn't watch it. I'm just kidding.
Oh, it was actually great television. I didn't think I'd ever like it, but I watched it
You
because of Cody
liked it.
Brown.
Yeah,
because I watched Cody Brown and then I was like, oh, I actually like this. But Sean Johnson went to the Olympics at 16. And then she said she really struggled afterwards because she was like, I climbed Mount Everest. Like, what else am I supposed to do? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I worry that Jen Shah is going to get out of prison and be like, whoa, like, I was somebody in prison. The prison was my 2008 Beijing Olympics. And now I'm back in the world and it's like, who am I without prison? You know, I worry that she's going to have a spiral and she's going to just like, you know, she's going to question her worth, her abilities, where does she go in life? And, you know, I don't think this is what other people are talking about. I don't think other people are having the tough conversations about what happens with Jen Shah after she's out of prison.
Well, you know, I cover a lot of prison shows. I'm currently covering 60 Days In. I cover all the Love After Lockup and everything. So we see this a lot. Now, usually these are hardened criminals that go in and they're so institutionalized and they're so comfy in prison that actually when they get out, they can't take it. And they just like buy some weed off somebody or heroin or whatever, you meth, what have you, just to go back to prison. Yeah. Because it's better. I don't think that's the situation here. I really don't. I think that she put her mind, and I think it just shows that she put her mind to it. I was like, I'm going to be the best prisoner ever, so I can get out super early.
Have you thought about how you'd be in prison?
I think about it a lot.
And
I would just be, what I've learned from covering 60 Days In is keep your head down, don't join a gang, kind of be friendly with everybody so that everybody sort of likes you and sort of looks to you for, you know, advice or whatever. Just literally don't shoot your mouth off. Don't try to be too funny. This is where you and I would fail in prison because we would be trying to like make friends by making people laugh and like people want people to like us. Don't worry if anybody likes you. Just keep your head down and
see. I have a different approach. I've thought first thing I'm doing when I get to prison is I'm getting myself a big, bad, scary boyfriend and I'm going to hold the inside of his pocket everywhere we go so he can defend me.
Right. Except for you're going to then have to have sex with him.
Listen, sometimes you have to do things to stay alive. Okay. Sometimes you have to work and I'm willing to work if it means that he's going to protect me and that I don't have to worry about it. Now, what happens if I'm hoping that he's there long term? I'm hoping I'm there short term so that he's there for my entire stay. But if he got out before me, then I'm fucked.
Literally and figuratively, you're fucked.
Both. Yeah.
I don't think that's a good plan, but if it happens and you know, like Karen Huger, you have some time to think about it. You go ahead and hire that prison consultant that can help you understand what's going to happen to you there.
Abby Lee Miller did the same thing.
You know? you need that so you can understand what's going to go down. Karen Huger also out of prison.
Karen Huger got a standing ovation at BravoCon, and I'll just never forget that.
I do not think that Jen Shah is going to come back. Andy has said so many times on so many interviews, so many times anybody asking him a question about Jen Shah, he's like, I'm good. No thanks.
Yeah.
Like he really hates her. And here's why.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago on Radio Andy, he told about he got scammed with one of those calls where they call you and take your banking information. And that's happened to both my parents. It generally happens to the elders.
Yes.
Per Jen Shah like that. So I think Andy feels so strongly about it because not only did it happen to him, but many times someone has called and tried to rope his elderly parents into this scheme. So I think it hits closer to home to him than any of these, Teresa and Joe signing false documents. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think there's not any way Jen Shah is coming back unless the Bravo people override him, but he is the executive producer. So I don't know.
See, here's my thing.
The women hate her and the women all hate her.
Nobody likes her. I honestly don't think she's that great of TV. She's too over the top. Like,
agree.
I think someone like Bronwyn is amazing television because she's like, she stays cool.
Mm-hmm.
We never really see Bronwyn lose her shit. And I feel like that's like the new way we're going with Housewives. Like Katie Janela, same thing. Like, and I feel like Jen Shah is like the bigger, the better. And I'm like, it doesn't always work like that, baby girl. But
agree with you completely. She always bugged the ever living shit out of me.
Yeah. So my grandma has been scammed so many times because she's only got one. Well, she's never thankfully gone all the way through with it, but she only has one grandson, which is me. Well, now she's dead. She's not getting scammed anymore, thankfully. But she would always get these calls and it was like a male on the other end and was like, Grandma, please help. And she was like, AJ, which is what my family calls me because I'm Ace Jr. And then he'd be like, Grandma, I got arrested in Mexico. I need you to send money to get me out of jail. And I was like, Grandma, number one.
Yeah.
I'm never going to be arrested for anything. I'm terrified of getting in trouble. Like, you don't have to worry. And then it was always like, they caught me drinking, or I'm like, Grandma, I don't drink. I've never had alcohol before. Like, never had it, never going to try it, never going to do it. So like, that's not happening. And then thankfully several times she was like at CVS getting like cashier's check. And they're like, what are you getting this for? And like asked questions. And
really?
Yes. She's like, I'm not supposed to tell anybody, but my grandson got arrested in Mexico. And they're like, I think that you need to call somebody.
Really?
Yes. Isn't that nice?
Wow. Because this has happened to my mother and it happened to my mother-in-law. Both times people calling with my daughter's voice. Once to my mom, it was like, I had this car accident, da da da. And then a lawyer gets on the phone and says, da da da. My mom completely fell for it. The whole entire thing. Then my mom went into the other room and got like my dad's cell phone or got the house phone or something and called me. It was like, please go check and see if Anna's in her room. I was like, I'm literally looking at her.
Yeah.
My mom's like, are you sure? Because it was her on the phone. I'm like, I have eyeballs in her on her bed. It is not her. And that also happened to my mother-in-law. And it was Anna calling from Disneyland. She was at Disneyland. She didn't have any money and da da da. And Dave's like, she's not at Disneyland. She's at home. And his mom was like, it was her. She was calling. She needs money.
Isn't also think too, I'm like,
why do people do that?
Grandma, I love you so much. You're the only grandparent that I like of the ones that I have. And, but I would never call you for something like this. I don't think that you're like, one, how long is it going to take for your cashier's check to get here? You know, like I'm looking for someone who's got Zelle or Venmo or something, you know, you don't have a cell phone. They're calling you on your corded phone at home that reaches my grandma used to have this corded phone that could reach anywhere in her house. You could walk anywhere with that corded phone.
Was it a big house?
It was, I mean, it was probably like 2,000 square feet. And like that cord went on and on and on.
I love it.
You're like, oh, hang on, I got to go to the bathroom, but not the one that's right by the thing. I got to go get something out of the back bathroom.
And you just,
just taking you with me. Yeah, I loved that. That was great.
I love that.
So
Jen Shah. Wait, it's Jen Shah.
Yeah.
No, Rotten Hale.
Rotten Hale, Jen Shah. Now I am curious if once she gets out, will our scam calls start going back up again? Will they be asking us about our extended warranties? You know, hey, this is Jen. I'm calling about your extended warranty. Like, is she going to get back into her old ways?
I hope that she just will be a coach's wife and sit her ass home and do nothing.
So something my wife said she saw. Now, does my wife ever do research? No. Does she ever come with actual facts? Hardly. But it said something that like Jen will get out, but has to spend time in like a halfway house for quite a while, like almost the rest of her sentence. Do you know if that's accurate?
Okay. So because of my knowledge from Love After Lockup. So her sentence was 7 years and she's serving 2.
Yeah.
I bet she'll have to stay in a halfway house for a year.
Okay.
But she can see people, like she can see coach or whatever, but she'll have to, in that halfway house, you know, pull her weight with the chores and stuff and have to get a job.
Okay.
And she'll be allowed to leave the halfway house to go to her job and probably have to stay in a certain perimeter if like coach wants to come visit or whatever.
Can you imagine you go to Baskin Robbins and there's Jen Shah?
We probably wouldn't recognize her. Don't you think? She would look so vastly different.
Jen Shah used to be a beautiful, beautiful woman before she got all that stuff in her face.
That's usually the case. Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff. So
it's just like me, Kathy Hilton.
Yes, and just like me, Ben Affleck, related to Jen, star of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, Jen Affleck.
People would believe that you were related to Ben Affleck, actually. I've never thought that till you just said it.
When I'm at my thinnest and looking good, they're like, you kind of look like alcoholic Ben Affleck. And I'm like, thank you. I'll take it.
And you just put on a Dunkin' Donuts shirt and get your coffee. And
yes. Yeah. The other one that I've gotten to is, and this is when I'm really skinny, is oh shoot, now I've got his name. What's Blake Lively's husband's name?
Ryan Reynolds,
but I have to be very skinny. And one time my wife and I went to a sex club because we were doing research, and the bouncer at the door looked at me and he's like, you look just like Ryan Reynolds. And I was like, and it was like this big black guy bouncer. And and I had heard it like a couple times here and there. And I think it's more so like the way I talk and stuff, but he said it to me. And I was like, if you're saying this, I've never felt hotter. And then we went into sex club and it was quite a story.
Ryan Reynolds, I do believe, and Ben Affleck have both been on the People cover of Sexiest Man Alive.
So I keep turning it down. I don't want that kind of notoriety.
I get it.
It's hard. Ever since Reality Core has just like blown up, like I get calls left, right, and center, and they're just like,
I hope everybody's following Reality Court on Instagram, because your hey, what's going on was Unhinged.
Which one? What? Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. Me and
whatever.
Anna's reel. Yeah.
That reel. I don't know. Everybody's done it.
In the morning, yeah.
But what actually are the words? Bitches say shit and they can't say nothing. What are these?
Bitches ain't shit and they can't say nothing. 100 motherfuckers can't tell me nothing. Bees in the trap. Bees in the trap. Something like that. I don't know.
The bees in the trap is the part I was trying to figure out. Did I research it or go look up the words? No. But I was like, is it beans in a crap? What beans in it? What?
8 beans and I crapped. 8 beans and I crapped. Yes, that's actually the correct lyrics. Yes, thank you. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Mary Payne of Pink Shade, for being here and being a friend and, having fun with me while, we're an hour and 20 minutes into this, and I'm just now letting people know that Anna is not here this week.
Do you think the whole time people are like, and Anna's going to come on any minute now? Who's this chick?
I did it with my wife earlier or last week. And so I told them that. I'm like, don't you just know by now? Like, I don't know. So
where is she? Is she on a 2-week vacation?
She's in Ireland, I think, for a friend's 60th birthday.
Was it a 2-week vacation? Come on, girl.
Yeah, she went to BravoCon and then left straight from BravoCon to there. And I'm like, I would never go on a friend's trip. That's never going to happen.
Oh, I'm going on one in January. I can't wait.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, that's nice.
I just like to go on a trip, me and my wife. I do a family vacation every summer. My whole entire family goes. And then otherwise, it's just me and my wife and our children. I don't want to be with friends on vacation.
Okay. Well, we're different that way. I like to only be with friends on vacation.
Wow, look at you go. I like to go with my family because it's usually a lot of content.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Go leave us a 5-star review anywhere that you can find to leave us a review. If you're on YouTube, only say nice things in the comments. Yes, I do know that I have mental health issues. Already known this, baby girl. Been on the radar since I was like 14. Nothing new there. Thank you, Mary Payne, so much for being here. Guys, go check out Mary Payne. You can find her at Pink Shade everywhere. Everywhere she is, there's Mary Payne. And thank you. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Hurrdat. As always, thank you, Beyonce. And of course, thank you, Adriana, for being so youthful and young and showing us what it's like to be just one of the youngest, brightest, down-to-earth, most beautiful housewives of all time. Now, I don't actually believe any of that I just said, but I say it because Adriana got mad that I kept saying that she should get off the show. And she said it was because I said she was old. And I said, no, you're just boring. And I don't like your personality. So now at the end of every episode, I have to thank Adriana. Thank you guys so much for being here. Court is officially adjourned. Goodbye.
Goodbye.